Making millions of dollars, and the victim's family have not partaken none of those profits. Took your clothes, gave you this. Took your language, gave you this.
100% way to survive jail or prison. Don't go.
Build your credit up while you need credit.
Then 12 years goes by and you don't even get a chance to go up for parole.
But, you know, I just want to personally thank you, Miss Morrison, because I know the value of what you are doing. And I'm telling you, from a person who's did 3 decades in prison, it is priceless. So I commend you. I thank you.
And I'm in VA. It ain't but a few that I know about, that I shout out. And it may be many that I don't know, but the ones I do know about, like yourself, your organization, Miss K and them, you know, Lisa Speeds helped me. It's just a few of y'all that I trust enough to mention your name. Right. Because I know at the core of your heart, you committed, and those of us that's blessed to get their help, do everything they ask. I don't trip off that when we met, I trusted you more than lawyers because, see, people say, oh, I got a lawyer, this, that, and that. I got lawyers for years and was doing and stayed in prison. Right. And I'm talking about $100,000 legal defense, and I stayed in prison. Right. I didn't get no help till I met a prisoner, my man Tip from Florida, that taught me about the law because he fought his case and gave the time back, and I started to read the case and learning, and that's the best thing that ever happened because a lawyer is going to pass it off to some paralegal. Right. And if this paralegal is not thorough or haven't been through nothing to see this thing the right way, he's not going to find the cases you need. So when we started digging, it was deep. Remember I went back to court? Yep. And I'm going to show you how the criminal justice system is so predictable. I had to utilize emotions, but I had to come up with a plan that I was going to fire this lawyer and represent myself. And that's the only way I got some help. Because the lawyer was there. He was saying, oh, you ready this morning? I said, man, I won't argue. I can't argue that. You know, I said, well, I can. I had to fire him and represent myself in order to get what I needed done down there. You know? And it's so people like yourself that actually read the case law, that's willing to work back and forth, because like he was mentioning, brother, you got brothers in there, they do this, but they need somebody to work with them. And even with Jared didn't come on as some arrogant lawyer that just take over my case. I had to argue with attorneys, man, in this state. I had to go get Jared because it came to a point where I ain't trust no lawyer in this state because they so connected and dedicated. Their loyalty is to that system, bro. And they taking that money and they will sell you out. Me and David Hager had to argue. Before my hearing, we argued, you know? And he said, man, I ain't gonna sell y'all. And I said, I ain't gonna let you sell me out. Absolutely. And I'm in the prison on the phone. I said, I ain't gonna let you sell me out. Right. What the hell is wrong with you? I'll fire you first. Right? Yeah. Because I'm saying, if I'm gonna be denied, it's gonna be on my turn. And I had to fight these lawyers and beat it in their head. But when I met Jared, I didn't have to fight him. He looked at the case law, he saw it, and it was to the degree that when we hired Dr. Michael Baden, he saw the same thing. So why did I have to fight with these lawyers in state about the same thing that the best forensic scientists in the world validated and saw? And my new attorney that saw, but my new attorney did time in prison, wrongfully convicted, and then so he saw it like I saw it. Right. Right. It's amazing.
And that's what we're talking about, the brilliance behind the wall, because Jared literally served time, but he came out and then he didn't let that stop him. He went on, became a lawyer, and he's like one of the best lawyers out here that I know. And that's why I had no problem in recommending him to you, and just a phenomenal person. But like you said, I mean, you have to fight. A lot of these guys just sit there and they're like, well, how many, you say you're innocent, but there's no appeals. There's nothing. You haven't done anything. You're just going to do your time. And so we've come in there and saying, listen, let's fight together. Yes. And you need to go to the law library. You need to be responsible for your information. You need to provide it to us. And then I'm the person outside to get the information. And I'll just end this real quick with Lawrence Stevens, because I think that's one of the cases that projected me into the platform. I remember when I first took Lawrence's case, like he had already filed a pardon and he knew something was wrong with the pardon. And so he reached out and he was like, hey, can you help me? And so we revamped his pardon. And not only did I just file the pardon, I started going to different places, going to white women's conventions and everything else to talk about the pardon. And I feel like I'm really blessed because, you know, everybody thought the Governor McAuliffe was going to win. I just didn't feel that. So I started going to Governor Youngkin's places. Yep. And really started to talk to him, and then also still going out there to meet Governor Northam. And when I had the opportunity to meet Governor Northam and talk about Lawrence Stephen case, it projected and he was able to get out. And so you just can't file something and then not do any work
leave
behind
it in the hands to everybody else.
You've got to advocate for it. You've got to make those phone calls. I call the Secretary of the Commonwealth's office. They know who Karen Morrison is because I'm like, hey, I filed this pardon and we were able to win. People don't know Governor Youngkin has granted a pardon for Randall Barkley, a juvenile already. But nobody knows that because it just didn't make news. But we advocated for Randall Barkley because we saw an injustice, triple life plus 10 years. And he did change it. He gave him a commutation of sentence and reduced it to 50 years. We're not pleased with it, but we're thankful that at least he's no longer serving life. He's been able to transfer to another prison where he can get more programming, and then we're just going to take him up for parole eligibility. So we're pleased with what Governor Youngkin is doing, and we just hope that he continues in whatever's in his head, just come away from it and realize that if you're a man of God and you're about equality, stop looking at us because of our color of our skin and realize that we have so much potential.
Absolutely.
And if you just give us a second chance and let us come out, that we're going to do extremely well. And don't make excuses and just really hear people out and just, you know, just don't buy into it. We're not going to disappoint you. We're going to rise to the occasion and just be really powerful people in our own right. So
I remember you told me too, I was in there when he won and you was like, you one of the most positive advocates in the world because you was like, no, well, I'm gonna make my way to him then, give him a chance. And you know, you sent me the picture you took with him. I was like, damn, she making her way to him. And I'm like, well, let me stay off him and just see what happened because I had zero faith. But
where can a Karen Morrison just go to the governor and start talking to him? And he's allowed me to come up to him twice and talk to him like I'm an ordinary person, but I'm able to talk to the governor. And that's what I liked about Governor Youngkin. He's approachable. You've got to approach him. And the same thing with the parole board chair and every member. Like I'm able to present my case in front of the parole board and really make them think. And I remember taking the hardest case. And I just kept thinking to myself, Chair Dotson, please don't judge me for this. Like, really don't judge me. But I brought in some case law from the federal to show why this man was deserving. And the chair reached out to the gentleman's counselor and gave him an appointment the next day to meet with him.
And I want to say something too, and I believe I speak for myself and Banky, and I'm on the record. A person, man, who really, because like with us, it's 90-something. We bet 90-some%. You never had a Republican governor or Democratic governor, parole board, let people out and they bet 100%. Nobody didn't go back to prison. That's a pipe dream. Under Republican leadership, people came out, people committed crime, went back. Under Democratic leadership, people came out, committed crime, went back. But what I want to say is the person that spearheaded this, all of this criminal justice reform, these boots on the ground, all these individuals that's out here putting this work in was a white lady by the name of Adrienne Bennett.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Adrienne Bennett spearheaded this. She's taken a beating. She's taken a whole lot of backlash for letting individuals out. But you have had no parole board chairman to let more positive people out and get more positive results than Adrienne Bennett.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
Period. Go do the numbers, find them, bring them here. This woman has let people out that has been has put their fingerprint on this society and trying to stop crime in these neighborhoods, trying to add on on every level.
Yeah, be a part of the solution
On every level.
and have reached millions of people.
Exactly.
Millions. My platform alone have reached millions of people, and I would not have been out had it not been for Agent
Bennett. And she's taking a beating because the good old boys didn't want, and they tried to use the Vincent Martin case, which he still maintained his innocence. Like him or not, he's out here doing positive things. I bet my last dollar that he don't commit a crime, don't harm nobody. He was a teenager when he went to prison. Agent Bennett gave him a chance after serving 41 years. Right? After serving 41 years, she gave him a chance.
While you have a Commonwealth attorney right here in Norfolk where it was a double homicide that gave a plea agreement for double homicide, and the guy will spend 8 years in prison.
Yes.
Or in Virginia Beach, where a sailor killed he's a white sailor, killed a black man with a dumbbell because he was high on crack, and he will do 5 years.
Yes.
But they're not talking about that.
No,
they're not going
but
to.
you're going to drag Agent Bennett.
Right.
And the stuff. So we shot you out. Keep your head up.
And we had
thank you.
We had to rally for it. We'll rally for it as well.
Absolutely.
And I just want to, before we close this up, man, we just want to thank you for blessing this platform.
Thank you for having me.
And we want you to
anytime you want to get information out about anything you're doing, just call us
and
up.
tell the people right now before we leave out of here where they can reach you at, where they can support you at, and
how can they donate?
Right.
Yes. Oh my God, we need donations right now because, like I said, I'm traveling, and I tell people all the time, I'm not traveling first class. I'm on the economy section in the back of the plane.
Yes.
I get discounts. I get discounts for hotels and everything. So you can donate to www.fighting4freedom.info. We're raising money because we've got these cases, and then you can find me on Instagram as fighting_4_freedom_, and just Google Karen Gail Morrison. I think sometimes you do Karen Dixon Morrison. It's me. I'm very approachable. I always talk to people. If I can't take your case, I just tell people I'm so sorry because we're swamped. I want to be able to give you quality work, and sooner or later I've got to say no. But we have people that are patient. I have cases that are like 3 years out, and so I'm really happy and I'm dedicated to this work. And I just thank everyone for the support. I thank you guys for always having my back.
Absolutely.
When I have stuff going on in the prison, I'm like, Troy, can you help me?
Yes.
Can you help me?
No doubt.
So I appreciate you guys having my back and always supporting my work.
sure.
I can't be Karen Morrison without you guys making sure that Karen is safe, so that she can do what she needs to do. So I thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
So if y'all out there, y'all support, man. Support. Because everybody got somebody that you know, that you care about, there's some kin to you, that in your family, this in this position or maybe in this position. So always look at it like it could be you or somebody you know. So you want to have somebody like her on your team, and you want to have people out here that's helping.
That's right.
So y'all go support, man. TBP, y'all stand up.
Thank you.
I'm Troy Catchman, free Dennis McClain.
Free Munchie, free
John.
all of them, free Bo Billy.
Yes.
We out here, y'all. Free all the people that need to be free.
Brothers, man.
Thank you so much.
Salute.
Making millions of dollars, and the victim's family have not partaken. None of those fronts took your clothes, gave you this. Took your language, gave you this.
100% way to survive jail or prison. Don't go.
Build your credit up while you need credit.
Then 12 years goes by and you don't even get a chance to go up for parole.
Supposed to die so many times, guess that's my afterlife. A lot of shit ain't work for me.